Hi everyone, this is a tutorial on how to solve problems in this assignment, solving quadratic rational equations. So let's go to that assignment. The first thing you'll notice is that the problems in this assignment look like the problems in our previous assignment with linear, except these are going to be quadratic equations. So the first thing we see is that we are going to have to cross multiply to solve these. The second thing we're going to notice is that when we multiply these two, cross multiply these two, it's going to give us an x squared. So when we have an x squared, that means we have a quadratic equation, and instead of solving for x, we're going to have to find the zeros. But our first step is going to be the same. Step 1 is going to be to cross multiply. All right, I'm going to rewrite the problem up here. X plus 7 over 9 equals negative 3 over x minus 5. So I'm going to cross multiply these. I'll use this beautiful purple color for the first one. All right, so we're going to cross multiply these two, which is x plus 7 times x minus 5. And then the other side, that's going to be a lot simpler. We're going to multiply 9 times negative 3, which is going to give us negative 27. So step 1 was the same, we cross multiply. Step 2 is the same, we distribute, except this time you need to multiply these two binomials. And you can use anything you like for doing that. I think you know I like to use a distribution method, and that's the one I'm going to show here. All right, so I'm going to distribute this x, remember, to both of these. So I'm going to have x times x times minus 5. Then I'm going to distribute this 7 to both of these. And that's the way I like to do it. You can use the box or whatever other method you really enjoy using yourself. In fact, I'm going to move this down a little bit so I can write down what I'm doing while I'm doing it. All right, so the first thing is I'm going to do x times x, and that's going to be x squared. Then I'm going to do x times negative 5, and that's going to be negative 5x. And then I'm going to do 7 times x, so plus 7x, and then I'm going to do 7 times negative 5, and that's going to give me a negative 35, and then I just need to bring down this negative 27, which does not require any distribution. Step 3, this is our new step. Let me give myself a little room here. This is going to be our new step where we want to solve for 0. All right, so to solve for 0, we're going to have to set this equation equal to 0, and to do that, we're going to have to add 27 to both sides. So notice when we add 27 to that side, that's going to give us our 0 over here. So now our equation is going to look like this. We're going to combine these two. That's going to give us a positive 2x. All right. So we have x squared plus 2x, and we have negative 35 plus 27. That gives us a negative 8. Now, there's two ways to solve this. One is a equals 1, b equals 1, c equals negative 8. I know you don't have your calculators at home, but there are lots of quadratic calculators that you can use. Or you can factor, which is the other way to do this. So you would want the factors of negative 42, negative 8. So the factors of negative 8 that have a sum of positive 2. And those two factors are going to be x plus 4 and x minus 2. Because 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, and 4 subtract 2 is 2, and that would mean our x's are going to equal negative 4 and 2. So those are our answers. You will also get the same answer if you find a quadratic formula calculator, which I'm going to show you in a minute, and put in 1, 1, and negative 8. To do that, I'm going to have to get rid of all of this great stuff, and I'm going to remember my discard all that wonderful writing. And I'm going to go to this quadratic calculator. This one is called Calculator Soup. And there's a 1. So I put in a 1 there. I have another 1 there. And now I have to put in negative 8. So where's my negative sign? All right, negative 8. And I say calculate. It's working. And it gave me a crazy answer because I have to put in 1 and 2 and negative 8. I don't know what I was thinking there. Sorry about that. So we put in 1, 2, and negative 8. And it gives us 2 and negative 4 as our answers. So we can see 2 and negative 4 right here. Two and negative 4. All right, so we're going to go back to our DeltaMath. Sorry about all that. 2 and negative 4. And we're going to submit our answer. Now, it's important. We have 2 answers, and there's only a blank here for 1 answer. So right here, there's this little plus sign, and you probably all know that. But right here, there's this little plus sign, so to add an answer. So since we have 2 answers, we are going to hit that plus sign. And it's giving us room for 2 answers. And our 2 answers, we go back and look, were 2 and negative 4. So we're going to put in 2 and negative 4 and submit answer. And we get the green check that yes, those answers are correct.